Hi, my name is Yvonne, and welcome to PsyPop. In this series, we'll be tackling how pop culture, or something in pop culture, has displayed a phenomenon where we can learn from it in the context of psychology and mental health. If you like this new series and don't want to miss out on future episodes, don't forget to show support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to get a notification whenever we post a new video. And another quick disclaimer before we start this video. I'm really scared of cockroaches and I saw one in the room just a few minutes before starting this. So I have a slipper, so I'm prepared if I ever leave the shot, that's a thing. And two, if I look really sweaty or look cautious, yeah, just keep that in mind. Just that's all. It's fear. Finding Nemo is a 2003 American computer animated adventure film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. It tells a story of an overprotective clownfish named Marlin who, along with a friend he makes along the way named Dory, searches for his missing son Nemo. Along the way, Marlin learns to take risks and comes to terms with Nemo taking care of himself. According to Wikipedia, if I have to reference that. In the end, he finds Nemo, and that is spoilers, but it was made in 2003, so modern day commandments don't apply here. After his long journey, they then live happily ever after, until Finding Dory is released, I guess. Now, how is Psyche seen in Finding Nemo? Throughout the adventure, all of the important side and main characters alike all have a mental disorder that they struggle with in the film. Pixar depicts these in subtle ways in their narrative, and it sends a powerful message of not only of the power of family ties, but also the power we all have to persevere through hardships despite our own personal struggles, mental or otherwise. And us here at PsyPop are big fans, so we wanted to just give a little appreciation and talk about how each fish generally depicts these. Now, among all the fish, the most referenced and well known among all of them in the film to have mental health struggles is Dory. She suffers from two specific conditions, which are anterograde amnesia and ADHD. Anterograde amnesia causes difficulty to retain new information and challenges your ability to create new memories, which she always struggles with in her adventure with Marlin, like in remembering directions in general. In Finding Dory, the bad spin-off of the Finding Nemo movie, the very first scene was Dory's parents trying to teach her what to say if she gets lost. While the specifics weren't explicitly shown, it can be assumed that she lost her memory due to severe head trauma, as that's what usually causes anterograde amnesia. She also has ADHD, as can be seen in her hyperactivity and impulsiveness. These are the symptoms of ADHD she exhibits in scenes like where she wasn't able to stay still, especially in the jellyfish field.
You can't touch the tentacles, only the tops.
Something about tentacles. Got it. On your mark, get set.
Despite these conditions, she was still able to guide Marlin to his son's location, so yay Dory.
Boing, 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 boing.
Wait a minute! Ah!
Now for Marlin, the main character of the story next to Nemo himself. He suffers from separation anxiety. It is a form of anxiety that comes as a result of being apart or separated from being away from home or loved ones. That generally is the result of a perceived loss of safety. At the start of the film, in the very first scene, and as a side note, well done to Pixar for establishing these early on in the film, he loses his wife and several dozen kids to a barracuda. This has led to the development of his separation anxiety, born out of a strong desire to protect his remaining child, Nemo. It manifests in his overprotectiveness of the child, in how he generally kept Nemo at home and was reluctant to send him out to school. It also manifests in his worry-wartish behavior regarding Nemo's safety throughout the film, and his genuine fear and panic over Nemo's fish napping. Despite these, after reuniting with his son at the end, although he's still worried for Nemo, he became less controlling with his son and amassed 6 street cred with the other fishes, so yay Marlin. There are lots of fish left, so I'm going to do a speed explanation of all of them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bubbles has OCD and insists on keeping the bubbles in the fish tank chest as a result. Gurgle is OCD manifested, and it's more on germophobia, although his portrayal seems more stereotypical of OCD rather than actual OCD itself. Deb or slash Flo, it is argued that they have multiple personality disorder or DID. However, since she doesn't switch between the two of them in the film, she never dissociates from her Deb personality and only really references Flo's presence in the mirror. It's more likely psychosis, for where she uses Flo as a means of coping. Bloat. He struggles with anger management, so he does his species thing where he bloats. Gil. Depression and trauma from his prior experiences with getting his scar. Bonus. Now for all the sharks. They showed that they're recovering addicts, in this case the addiction being blood. So it's cute, they have a little support group with each other and they talk about how they recovered and came to terms with not eating fish and staying away from blood. But also not so cute, they showed the effects of withdrawal when Bruce smells blood and starts showing aggression and difficulty stopping him and after. Bonus. I always like to put personal thoughts in these videos, and for this one, it's no different. The beauty of Pixar films is that they always have the skill of introducing heavy topics to children in respectful and subtle ways. Here they approached mental illness, and it's commendable that they don't make it a big deal or show that they're not dangerous or inept people because of their disabilities. Unlike Tililing, lol. So, I'm not sure what to do here other than to commend Pixar and recommend all their films, minus Finding Dory and that dinosaur one, because they all have these amazing portrayals. And it's something that all children and adults should experience and appreciate, minus Finding Dory and that dinosaur one. I see the cockroach right now, so give me a moment. I got it. The movie can be best described as people or fish, despite having disabilities, being strong or even stronger than normal people, even with the odds stacked against them. Dory, despite her short-term memory loss, was still able to guide Marlin to his son. Marlin, despite his separation anxiety, was still able to help his son and become more trusting of him. And despite the problems all of the tankfish had, they were all still able to help Nemo escape. And still escape themselves in the end of the film, which is another spoiler, but the commandments don't apply here. It was made in 2003. Finding Nemo best displays mental illness in our daily lives. Not just because they're present in the film, but even more so because they were able to still persevere through the challenges they faced in their lives, despite everything against them. So, thank you all for watching. Please comment any topic you'd like us to tackle next. And please like and subscribe to the channel. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a nice day. I'm really happy now because I killed that cockroach. It's like a weight was lifted off me.